talk about our brains and gaming news today. We were broken before, but now we're feeling bold. We're the broken and the bold. We're here to let you know. We talk about our brains and gaming news today.
There he is.
We were broken before, but now we're feeling
Last little
bold. We're
bit.
the broken
Hey,
and the
okay, he's in. Sweet.
We're here to let you know. We talk
Check
about
one
our
thing.
brains and gaming news today.
Alright.
Yo, what's up? This is Leaf Jones. I wanna welcome you to the broken and the bold. This is your man Jay Uzi. I'm in the building. We got my man Mike G in the building. Mr. Inappropriate, the showstopper, the man, the myth, the legend, and my man Frank Swisher, the man that brings it all together. The bold, the strong, and the broken. Welcome, gentlemen. Now, let's get into the show. But first, listen to this. Yo, you wanna know the truth? Better ask.
Alright, the regular intro is on. About to get into the nitty gritty. What we got? 6:37. Alright. Oh, we got some stuff to talk about today.
Yeah, we do.
Life's a game with no reset or pause. We're fighting battles, we're healing the scars. Controllers in hand, but the mind's the boss.
Is
Through the
there,
grit and the
Jason?
grind, we don't count the loss.
Yeah.
The broken and the
Pause.
bold.
You wanna say something again?
Chasing dreams untold.
I might have to turn you up a
Yeah,
little
the
bit.
story unfolds. And through the pixels and pain, we're breaking the
That
mold.
might do it.
Mental strength in the veins.
Thanks for coming on, by the way. Appreciate you.
Aye, button mash the fears, let the courage appear. Level up from the tears, turn the struggle to cheers. Loading screens of doubt,
What are we talking
the
about
mission
today?
is clear.
'Cause I
We're
wasn't
the
doing the
players of
goddamn
life.
thing.
Every move
Oh,
sincere.
no one knows.
Perfect.
Full conversations deep, breaking chains of old. Mental health's the quest, it's the treasure we hold. Written love combined, we're the broken and bold. The broken and the bold.
Para mucho stop.
We rise from the cold, chasing dreams untold. Yeah, the story unfolds. And through the pixels and pain, we're
Huh.
breaking the
I
mold.
wonder if we met before.
Mental strength in the vein.
Probably have.
Hearts
I mean,
brave and gold.
Yeah, y'all probably have.
The name looked familiar. And then I was like, I was thinking PlayStation, and then I was like, a PlayStation thing showed up. I was like,
It's
huh.
the start of the climb. Through the struggles and strife, we redefine the
But I don't
grind.
know.
Probably definitely play Destiny.
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking.
No one's ever met me before.
Destiny
I don't even know who
days.
Travis is.
Oh, okay. No one does.
The broken and the bold. We rise from the cold. Chasing dreams on.
Oh, Travis.
all right.
I saw you had Mafia: The Old Country on your wish list
Wishlist?
on
Okay.
Steam. Yeah. I already played the whole thing, and I put the whole thing on my channel. So if you don't want to pay $45
Oh
for
my
that, you
God.
can just watch the game.
Okay. All right.
Trust me, it's not worth $45. That's the only reason why I bring it up.
Oh,
Gosh. I keep hearing. But it's like,
Whoa.
what, 15 hours though?
It honestly less than that.
what's up, Sosa?
It is what it is.
All right, let's get into the knit and the grit. What's up, everyone? Mr. Pain and Sorrow here, your chocolate thunder international sex symbol man of the year, hosting once again.
We do this every episode.
I know, right? Followed by the magnificent Don't Cross Him or Else Masked Madman co-hosting. And then our special guest.
I don't know about special.
Everyone
It
that
depends
comes
what
on
special
here
we
is
mean.
special. Mr. How we say CygnusJason?
That's me.
Yep. Welcome you on. Welcome you on. Welcome you on. Oh man, we do this pod every other week, and I feel like every other week there's so much news that happens with gaming and life in general. And I've seen
Look,
some
you might have to do it every
highs.
week, honestly.
Almost,
Almost,
because
because
there's
there's something every week.
yeah.
It's
There's
actually
just,
a problem.
I wish there was more good than bad, honestly, but I'm a realist. I look at what things are and just go from there. People can wish for good, wish for bad. It is what it is, but
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it, man. Let's. All right. If you want to click on the screen, first thing we're gonna talk about: the Bungie CEO Pete Parsons steps down.
Mm-hmm.
He is out of there after buying luxury vehicles and plagiarizing for the last 5-6 years of.
Yep.
He's finally out of there. So now, CDO Justin Truman will be the new studio head, and I'm surprised it took him this long. After like the second or third time, and just mismanagement of shoot, they should have got rid of him after the cars.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and
I really wonder if it's going to make much of a difference because
probably
is the new
not.
guy going to do the same stuff, or was this dude a scapegoat?
Who
Because I
knows,
don't
man?
know. He pocketed all that money. Like you can't. There's no taking it from him now, I guess. So I don't know.
Probably got a severance package too.
Uh-huh.
So it's not like anything that he really did. He's gonna get punished for it. So he's been a CEO since 2015, which makes sense as to why Bungie just absolutely went down the drain since. So, what you think about this, Jason?
Plus, you don't go after pimps like that because the cars thing was a baller move. He dead ass looked his employees in the face and said, "I know y'all are struggling to eat, but check out the whips. Just look at candy paint. It ain't even dry yet.
It ain't even dry. Fresh off the truck delivery, bro.
They said that man between January 2022 and July
Oh,
2024 spent $2.4 million
$5 million
on classic cars. That's just the cars. We're not talking his other expenses. That man bought a minimum of 25 classic cars. That's
25.
insane. Now, if I'm going to play devil's advocate, though, if he was using the company credit card to buy these classic cars, maybe.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe a tax write-off as an asset, as long as he doesn't drive these cars and keeps them in like some type of storage or something like that. So if the company was ever in trouble, if those cars, if they increase in value or whatever, it would help Bungie still have like skin in the game, I guess, if they were ever to hit that low. But that's devil's advocate, and I feel like that's lawyer talk.
Devil's advocate.
Yeah.
If we want to stay in the realm of devil's advocate, I have yet to see a classic car person who collects them and like doesn't like just leave
Drive
them
them
basically
here
on
Yeah, pretty much.
on the shelf. They never take them out of the lot.
Yeah.
They literally put them somewhere. They pay someone a pittance to come through and dust them every now and then they, that's the end of that. He's never going to drive those cars.
No,
Yeah.
like it's like you roll into the Bungie
So up
office
until-
like every week, and you're like, "Why? Who put this 1975 Chrysler here?"
So up until somebody like catches him on some crooked activities, messing around with minors and whatnot, and they have to get rid of all his assets and divvy that up, those cars are going to stay exactly where they're at now.
Yeah.
Unless he wants to put one in the Bungie showroom before he leaves, just for shits and gigs.
which he probably did. But I mean, like buying. Well, you said how many? You said 15?
Nah, 25.
25 classic cars.
Yeah.
Bro, this is crazy though. Because what was it? It says even here that they've been several waves of layoffs hit the company since 120 in 2023 and 220 in 2024. with 155 other employees being spun off into a new studio that's going to be absorbed as a core PlayStation Studios business unit. Which they're even talking about just turning Bungie into PlayStation Studios division.
Yep.
And just completely scrapping the Bungie name, which is even crazier to think.
Which,
I mean, what are they doing right now?
Yeah, I was gonna say it probably wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to happen for them. It sucks for some of the people though who've like put their heart and soul into that. But
heart and soul was a Twitter scroll and taking the damn assets from somebody else.
Yeah.
It'd be like, guys, if I'm being honest, we ran out of ideas in like 2018. We've just been fucking.
We've been in the pits since.
We've been scouring DeviantArt and Pinterest, just looking for something.
Which they might as well have.
Yeah.
I remember they kept taking people's fan art and being like, "Yo, look at this! Look at this!" Passing it off as official artwork. So that definitely doesn't get out of the realm of believability for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see how this Justin Truman does. But
do you think he gets to keep those cards?
No.
Or does it go to
depending on how he went about buying them? I think if it was his own personal money that went into it, then those are his. But I mean, if he used company funds to do that, then there'd have to be some kind of internal investigation, which he would undoubtedly beat because it's pretty much his company still. So like, there's no.
I think it was his personal money because they were saying like because he was getting paid so much damn money, while people were getting laid off that he was able to buy that many cars. So that's what I think what people were talking about because it was people were losing their jobs and he got like almost a $1.2 million or some ridiculous number. So it probably was his own, but yeah, that's what people were pissed off at. So yeah, people losing their jobs and he's out here buying doggone luxury cars. So meanwhile, the studio can't figure out how to properly release DLC for Destiny 2. So.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people did not like that last Destiny DLC drop.
I mean, it's hard to tell how much of that is just lackluster content and how much of that is just fan outcry because it seems like every other DLC, the fans are like, "This is dog shit," and then later on they'll be like, "Okay, maybe it wasn't that bad," and then there's ones where they're like, "This is actually pretty great," and then a few months down the line they'll be like, "All right, this is actually dog shit." It's like you got to make up your mind.
Well, because it's like every new drop, they're like, you know what, the last one wasn't that bad. No, it is. Because you know how it is where it's like, it releases and it's bad. And then a new DLC comes out and you're like, actually, you know what, the last one compared to this one wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
And then it's just a cycle. It's like the Call of Duty cycle. This game is trash. Pre-order.
Yeah.
Play it. It's not that bad.
That's what I was telling Drake the other day when he was like, Battlefield is like gonna Battlefield's always doing better than Call of Duty. I'm like, they both had their bad games. And they're both going to survive through them. They're not going anywhere anytime soon.
Because if that was the case, they would have sunk with Infinite Warfare when Battlefield 1 dropped.
They'll be fine. Both of them are way too popular franchises to go anywhere, no matter how bad the games get.
Exactly. So
I did hear the latest skins on Call of Duty, the Beavis and Butthead skins. I heard some people said that was kind of their final straw, and Call of Duty saw a drop in players for the first time in forever.
I thought it was the Seth Rogen and Silent Bob.
So they said that came out right before the Beavis and Butthead one, and they said it dropped a little bit, but this animated one, they said it caused a significant drop. And I'm like, okay, like we'll see. But
I saw a side by side yesterday of like the first Call of Duty game. They were playing a cutscene from that, and then it immediately cuts to like fucking Nicki Minaj twerking on like Beavis and Butthead, and there's like American Dad in the back. Everyone was like, "What?" Like,
how did I mean, like,
it doesn't seem that bad when you're just looking at like recent Call of Duty stuff. When you look back at where they started, it's like, all right, we're clearly
because the opening scene from Call of Duty is the Soviets fighting in Stalingrad, practically being forced on the front line because if they ran away, they were shot on sight. So it was literal war crimes to like you said, Nicki Minaj twerking on Beavis and Butthead with American Dad. Like, what are we doing here, guys?
And then Godzilla in the back just fucking getting down.
Just crip walking, pretty much. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
most
to
people say
Fortnite
it's
where
them.
you can.
Yeah, I was just say they're trying to compete with
it is.
Fortnite.
It is.
But the one thing they were saying was
that's
with
literally all it was.
Fortnite,
They're just trying to keep pace with Fortnite.
Fortnite usually tries to make all their skins somewhat relatable, not like the same art style is what I mean.
They don't want them to be too jarring.
Yeah. Whereas Call of Duty, once you put these actual cartoon people in, it just completely throws everything off.
Which is crazy because they did it like they did like a photorealistic
Family Guy?
Ninja Turtles. Yeah.
Yep.
They did it with the Ninja Turtles, but
they
then
made the Ninja Turtles look realistic, yeah. So they were like, why didn't they try and make Beavis and Butthead look realistic?
That would have been horrendous.
I think that would have been Nightmare Fuel. Remember what happened when they made the Sonic movie first?
Oh.
Remember what happened there? And they were like, we'll make them look realer. And everyone was like, go back. Whatever you were at before, go back to that because this ain't it.
No, you're right.
But they did a lot of things wrong with that Sonic. It was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, but next one: PayPal removed from Steam in several countries regarding content concerns.
Oh, what's that?
So, I don't get
I
it.
use PayPal on Steam sometimes.
Do you
For the
really?
adult games, right?
Because sometimes for whatever reason Steam sometimes they just won't accept my American Express, which is mainly what I used to pay. So I'll just go over to PayPal, which essentially is just PayPal saying, "Hey, take this American Express," and Steam's like, "Okay." So it doesn't make any fucking sense. But I'll literally just use it whenever they don't feel like accepting. It's essentially someone else handing you the same method of payment, and you're like, "Yeah, that's
with
fine."
another name. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It is,
I mean, no, I don't want a Steam. It's like, oh, well, we here, take this one. All right, whatever. See, actually, it says that, what was it? You were talking about MasterCard. It said, yeah, Valve had previously contested a claim from MasterCard that suggests the credit card company had not evaluated any game or required restrictions of any activity or game created by sites, which is absolute trash because if that was the case, almost like what? An entire catalog of games would have been removed. So it's like, but you can still use PayPal for, again, going back, you can use it for OnlyFans. You can use it for the Hub. You can use it for all these actual deviant ass websites. But now with what are you doing? It don't make no sense.
Let's get one thing straight. For the record, on the record, I goon with pride. I'll use my actual credit card to buy my fucking hentai games. All right, don't let nobody tell you different.
Actual debit card. Yep, it's like, I don't care. You goon with pride.
If anything ever happens, I'll be like, "Yo, American Express, I pressed the wrong button." They'll be like, "We got you, fam." They do not care.
It's like, yeah, I don't lie with this one, and then he's just like, "I take it back."
I still don't get the biggest argument on this anyway, because if it's your money, you should be able to spend it on whatever you want to, as long as it's legal. If something is illegal, okay, maybe you have some room for argument here. And I'm if somebody wants to spend it on that, well.
But no, Steam's a different story. It's a storefront that's already reviewed the content that's on it for the most part, or at least gave it a passing glance, and they signed off on it before even allowing it on the storefront to be sold to anybody else anyway. So and then PayPal are the people that already vet where this the seller whoever that might be, to see if they're legit. So you go through two different sets of eyes to be like, exactly. Okay, this is an actual transaction, and that's fine. It'll be different if I'm just on the dark web, looking
buying an RPG,
and I'm like PayPal, yo, front me 2 gigs of some questionable content that I found, and they'll be like, absolutely not. Be like, that's fair.
Exactly.
So I would even give them more credit, no pun intended, if they actually went after, say, like the casinos and online gambling, things that actually cause people to end up homeless even. To my knowledge, it's probably a smaller number of people went homeless because they were addicted to gooning versus people addicted to gambling.
I was just thinking that I want to meet somebody who went homeless because they gooned too hard. That's my deal.
So
I want to hear what happened.
What content were you watching where you lost?
I've seen people where they lost a lot of money. So they would end up buying like those dolls that are like $8,000, where it has the full function. It feels human and everything. And
they're like $3,000.
Yeah,
Which is wildly affordable. Like wildly affordable. Like that's like
the top
even
of the line
if you have the
models
shittiest
where
credit.
like it gets moisture and everything. Those are at least last I
perspiration,
heard.
bro. Get out of here.
Yeah, bro. They have some that get wet now. It's crazy. Like it's. I'm mad I know about this. Don't ask me why I know about this. Just know, like, if they ever have the Gooner Olympics 2025, I might get silver. But anyways, nah, I've seen these things. I know about them, and it's just kind of like, who's out here buying these? And then
really, the one you sent me from the video. Dude,
I was gonna
like,
say,
what,
you seen some of the things I sent you to Instagram, yeah, and that dude had 8 of them, and she was like,
"That's too many. That's too many. Come on now.
It's-
One is already pushing it, dude."
Bro,
he's supposed to go on a date with this lady, and
I can't. I gotta keep my women company.
see,
bro, listen to
make that
listen to
joke.
this.
You make
Listen to
that
this.
joke, but
he's in the hot tub with her.
she said, "So, do you sleep with them?" He was like, "Not at the same time." Jeez, I don't have
that was
stamina
the
for that. And I was like,
that was
that wasn't the question. Like,
my man said, "Whoa, lady, calm down. What do you think I am?"
he's like,
Yo,
I can only do one at a time, but yeah, I sleep with him. And I was like, oh my god, like, dude, see, people like that, they're so far gone.
That's
But
so far gone.
he's still trying to meet real people, apparently. I guess supposedly, for those who want to know, I don't think it worked out between them two.
No, they didn't. It didn't. If you check the comment in the bottom,
Yeah.
it said, yeah, they did not go on a date. It was nah. Because he has them just like sitting in the house, like they're people.
Yeah,
He had 2 of them on the table at the dinner table, and then he had one on the couch,
Yep.
and then the other 2 were like tucked away.
Props.
They're just props. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like foul work, dude. So I was like, I was disgusted. But yeah, pretty much, yeah. PayPal, they removed
It
it.
was just kind of like, I don't know how you
So
get
dumb.
to that point, but like, yeah, people like that will most likely go super, super broke and maybe end up homeless if they just keep throwing their money at it like that. But I would wager there's way more
But not
people
to
who
this.
gamble.
Oh, 100%. Like, not this. You actually got to work. Excuse
Yeah.
me, to be homeless when like you, because if there is any kind of content out there where like you become homeless, I don't want to know what it was, because you was in the pit so bad that you
I mean,
forgot
that's
to
just-
pay rent.
That can
Yeah.
be anything, honestly.
That's
Like,
fair. That's
it
also
just
fair.
depends on what's your
actually
what's your
like,
vice,
What's your vice?
what's your poison? What do you gambling, gooning? Like what is it that
Gooning,
got you so
gambling?
down
Yeah.
bad that you were like, I don't need a place to live. Like,
Gambling and gooning, yeah, no, that's rough. But speaking of rough, PlayStation 5 consoles got a price hike.
Yeah,
Don't know,
Are they?
and this is the base one. This isn't even like all
everything
of
but
it.
their accessories and the games themselves for now got price hikes
Yeah.
because of tariffs.
So the PS5 went up by
Oh, it's
$50.
because of the tariffs. It's not just because Sony was like, you know what, we could do with some more money. We've done well.
Please.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the PlayStation 5 went up by $50. PlayStation Digital went up by 100,
Damn.
and then the PS5 Pro went up by another 50, which was so now the PS5 Pro is $750. Digital edition is $500, and the PS5 is $550. So,
And which, sorry to cut you off, but like the most nuts part about that is the digital one going up, because as I'm sure anyone that
Dude.
plays on PlayStation knows, if you can't connect to Sony Online, you can't play your
you
fucking
can't
games.
play
So
shit.
how are you going to charge me $100 more to not be able to play my games if I like am just trying to play offline and I don't have internet at the time? Like
But
how?
not
Why
even-
are you punishing me for that?
Not even that. I mean, a lot of the
So-
games that come out on PlayStation, even on physical, are just codes.
Yeah.
So it don't even matter if you got internet or not. You can't download the game. You can't update it. And a lot of the single player games need an online connection to play anyway. So unless you
Which
got
is
like
a crime in and of itself.
it is a crime. So unless you got like a hard drive with your OG PS4 on there, games, then like you're kind of cooked. So
And they will say something like, well, that's why you need to buy American. And I'm like, so what's buying American then? What console? And then you'd probably say the Xbox. Well, Xbox
Don't
also
they
raised their
outsource-
prices.
Yes, but yeah, they were the first ones to jump that ship though, because they saw that Nintendo was doing it. And
Also, I
when
don't
that
remember the head
happened-
of Sony being in the news for touching. So, you know, there's also, so buy American if you want to, but just remember who you're giving money to.
Yep.
touchings.
So
They,
it's
they
like,
called him for touching. They said,
They call him
Bobby,
touchings.
you've been touching? He's like, yeah.
but then the argument would change again to, well, you guys don't even be playing games anyway. Why would you go outside? Why don't you go touch grass? I'm like, see.
Have you been outside? It's just expensive.
Mhm.
That's all you can afford to do outside is touch grass. Food's expensive. Going anywhere, gas is expensive.
Gas expensive, yeah.
I can't afford healthcare anymore. It's too expensive to be outside.
I can't get sick. Can't even get medicine.
You want to go out and do something, you got to put another mortgage on the trailer home. Like it's fucking ridiculous.
The trailer home. You got a trailer? I got a box. That maybe has electricity because I borrowed it off the neighbors.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a quick one. But now for the real meat and potatoes, since we're talking about touching, Roblox is being sued by the U.S. state. Flood of lawsuits incoming regarding child abuse. So I think
These children are talking shit to kids online.
No, actually, like kidnapping and touching
Okay.
kids.
All
You didn't hear
the
about this,
above.
Jason?
I don't play Roblox.
I don't either, but I mean,
Why would that even enter my
Hold on.
my realm.
Why'd you say no like that?
I don't play Roblox.
I don't play Roblox. The nigga was silent. Nah, so
No.
I've been like, I got kids that play Roblox, and I'm like always watching to see like what's going on in there. So for the most part, they don't ever run into any of this. But then I've been keeping track with this Schlep guy. He was a kid that was unfortunately molested and everything. So now he's trying to stop it. I will never let my kid play Roblox when she gets older. Hey, I hear you, Farrell. Well, he's leading a charge trying to get all these pedophiles and things arrested, and
he got one of them.
He got a couple of them actually. He's gotten a couple of these dudes captured, arrested, and they did it the right way. They didn't try and trap these dudes. They let them do all the talking and try and lure them in, and they gave all the information to the police and all the information to Roblox. These dudes get arrested, blah 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 blah. Roblox CEO and all these people got upset, and the only person banned is a person getting the pedophiles arrested. Everybody else is fine. And I'm like, how is the only one getting arrested the pedophile? Like, what the like, something ain't right with that.
This feels like the part of the movie where you have to go recruit a specialist in what you're doing, and then like Chris Hansen walks on screen.
Pretty much. Don't Chris Hansen got involved.
So here's that's the next funny thing. Chris Hansen
Oh,
is
hell
now
yeah.
officially involved. He
They brought him out of retirement for one last job.
One last
pretty much.
Hit him with the, I don't do this no more. One last job.
One last
I told y'all the last.
One
I told y'all the last time was the last time.
But
Nah, man.
as
Yeah,
of
he
right
involved,
now, those lawsuits are going on, and with the kidnapping, these dudes make chat rooms and things, and they keep telling the kids, hey, why don't you meet me here, we'll have a birthday party, blah blah blah, whatever. And somehow the kid gets their parent to take them to this location, and I don't know how this happens, but I guess the parent drops the kid off thinking everything's on the up and up, and when it's time to pick the kid up, the kid is gone, the account's gone, chat logs deleted, everything gone, kid's gone forever. And Roblox is like, oh, well, I don't know what to tell you. Our policy
Happens
says
sometimes, I guess.
don't go offline. And it's like, what? And it's happened more than once.
Do
So
you think these
it's-
kids are reading the policies? Do you think these parents are reading the policies? They probably just
Exactly.
agree like the rest of us do.
So,
Mhm.
man. Yep.
And it's like, it's just, then they're like, they even show like a full classroom. They were asking kids who all play Roblox. And they said, how many of you been offered Robux to do something that's probably inappropriate? And like half the room raises their hand. Like, bro, like, look, y'all got to do something. And he goes, well, if you reported us, we can do something. And they show, I guess one guy just got like a warning or something like that, but he's like still on the platform. Another person who was arrested for diddying kids, he's back on the platform, account not deleted. And it's like, what are y'all doing? And then they said something about if we start banning every person, then that's less people that's using our app, which means less money in our pockets. So we'll just keep warning them until we have to actually ban them when it becomes a serious nature or something like that. And it's like kidnapping, diddying kids and all this stuff, that's not serious enough? I was like, where's the line drawn? Murder? Is that what it takes? Like, just, I don't know. It's crazy to me.
Now, I want to say it's kind of lacking on the parent side that they didn't teach their kids not to just run off with strangers.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when I was that age, if a random person came up to me on the street and said, "Hey, yo, you want to make $50?" That's all they would have had to say to me. I would have been like, "All right, what are we doing? Where are we going?" Because they were telling me something that at the time a kid could not actually fucking fathom. $50? Like, you would have been like, "I can buy a house." Like, we have no fucking concept of like anything. So we were like, "Oh yeah, what do I gotta do?"
Like, dude, do you know how many Snickers I can buy with this?
Oh, Candy would have fucking. Oh man, I would have been in the van.
Since all this is going down,
we got a box of Ferrero Rocher right there in the seat. I'm already in the car.
Not the
Like, you guys said nothing but a word. Fucking, I'm in here.
But since they started, these lawsuits and things have been popping up. One thing Roblox has done is opened up Roblox dating, where you have to check a box to say that you're 17 and up. It's supposed to be 18, but I guess it's 17 and up. And then you can.
What's that gonna do?
Make
what is
things
that gonna
way
do?
worse.
You literally can just check the box.
And they said that we're hoping that the people who use our Roblox app or whatever does the honor system and is honest about their age.
God damn it.
Honor system? They touch kids. What honor system do you think these animals have?
And I'm just like, dude, this is sick.
You're gonna catch as many people doing that as we catch with the "Are you a robot?"
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts.
So like, oh man, they got me. They said not to be 17. Maybe next time.
I'll come back when I am 17 in like 5 years.
Like,
it's just check a box. Do you touch kids? No. All right, that's not enough. Click every one of these images that has a fire hydrant in it. You're like, all right, you're in.
Move the puzzle piece so that the picture actually is complete. And you're like, congrats. It's like, all right, dude, what is this? Absolute joke.
For me, I'm like, yes, 50% parents, 50% Roblox, 100% the
20% skill.
Because for them to put in any actual effort in stopping this is going to definitely hurt the Roblox bottom line. So they're trying their best to just like keep that ship moving, regardless of what of like how they're viewed or what they have to do. Keep the kids on and keep the parents spending money for the kid to stay on, and just deal with everything else later.
Which is crazy because they started to lose money because a couple sponsors dropped off.
Bro, their stock dropped by like $1.2 billion.
Yeah,
it was a sharp drop.
All you have to do is say if somebody's been getting banned or whatever, you log their IP or log that person's email or whatever, and they're in a permanent ban list, and start, I don't know, some way to track who it is that's actually making the account. I don't know how you would do it per se without it getting super difficult, like taking driver's license number or some kind of ID to make it so somebody can play the game. But
then also that comes with the whole it doesn't.
To me, it's not asking for a lot if the alternative is a bunch of kids are getting diddied. Like I feel like, just make them log in however it is. Maybe it's one time you have to do it, and if they get banned, then unless they completely change their identity, they just can't play, or something has to be done. But
it even said like it's so easy because once you get banned, it takes no time to just remake a new account and just go right back to what he was doing.
Yeah.
Like, I remember this one guy got banned and he was like, I'm gonna speed run how quickly I can find one of these I can find one of these kitty ditties. And He like
No
not even
time
like
at all.
10 minutes in, he was there in the chat room and already got hit
Yep.
up because he
Yep.
plays as a little kid. It's like dude, it's no time at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, now Roblox, yeah, they need to.
Also, we got to remember, it's a miracle Roblox is even still here with Fortnite.
Yeah.
So they're keeping that ball rolling no matter what it takes. They're on borrowed time as it is. They're not going to let something like kids getting touched or kidnapped like derail this train. We're going full speed.
I mean, because it's open source. It's literally on everything. It's just a
Everything.
browser game. Like you open the browser, you have the game. No download, no nothing. So it takes next to nothing to play the game. So yeah,
See, with
I'm not
Fortnite,
surprised.
I mean, they're getting bigger and bigger to the point now they're about the same way, but that's also available on about everything. But Roblox takes even less to run.
Yeah, it's abysmal.
Like your phones, your tablets, every console. Like,
Yeah, see, the game approximately sees 111.8 million daily active users.
mhm.
If that even slightly drops, they're done.
And then there's Minecraft just chilling
Pretty
Yeah.
off
much.
to the side, hanging out.
Pretty much. So, well, that was.
But I guess the difference is anybody that plays Minecraft is too autistic to pick up on the fact that someone's trying to take them. So
Pretty much.
the Minecraft kids are safe.
They'll find. They just like
Minecraft server.
Christian Minecraft servers. What the heck, dude? Did you take my flipping crystals? Oh man, no, that was pretty much the crux of the news. But I wanted to get into the good tier list I got built up. Terrible game design choices.
Oh boy.
So we got this one. So I had to get rid of the A tier because there is no A tier bad game design. So it's just bad, but not too bad. I'll deal with it. Terrible decision and skip the game entirely.
I would just make that delete the whole game. delete
the game? I'll do it. Delete the game entirely. There we go.
Now, where is, not to jump ahead of you, but where is Invisible Walls on there?
Oh, I didn't add that.
Because that's the worst goddamn thing.
Okay.
It's just fucking lazy.
All right, no. All right, I'll add that one. But so we got skill-based matchmaking, the unskippable cutscene, the gotcha game mechanics, software patents, unskippable tutorials. What's it?
Was that loot
Not pay to
boxes?
win. Yeah, but loot boxes. Loot boxes. You have what was it? No control support. Too punishment. Too like game over is pretty much like too punishing or it's too easy. Self-insert writers. Non-customizable controls. Pay to win and vertical progression. So the vertical progression is pretty much just like, oh, you got a +2 damage sword, but -2 shields. Or then you get another sword that's maybe +2 defense, but loses -2 damage. That's vertical progression. So
Yeah.
with skill-based matchmaking, I'm at this point where I'm not even gonna play it. I'm gonna delete the game because it's
Now,
got
the whole point of skill-based matchmaking, for people that might not be aware, is it's supposed to match you with people that are around the
Of
same
your
KD as
skill.
you in a
quote unquote.
PvP setting, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the only time that doesn't seem to go well is when people who are of a better skill level decide to make a Smurf account, and then they play with the people that suck and just destroy them for a few hours. And then, so it's like, what are we actually doing? Since this seems to have no effect whatsoever.
Not to mention the problem also is that it takes like you can absolutely play a game for like 2-3 games and be decent, but now because that your KD or whatever your stats are so high, it puts you with people who are absolute sweat lords for the longest time. So you end up getting dog washed for like 3, 4, 5 games, and now you're back on the other end where it's like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to like win 2 games, lose 4, then go back to maybe winning 1, then losing 2 again. It's a terrible system.
That's the Call of Duty grind.
Exactly,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm at that point
That's
where
why
I just delete the game entirely because
You'll go
they
from-
ain't nothing fun about it.
I
You'll go
would
from
probably-
I am God to what is actually happening in this world. Like
I'd probably
you'll
move
be
it up
questioning
one.
everything.
What a
Move
terrible
it to
decision.
terrible decision. Yeah, because there are
Why
some
do you say
games.
that?
There's some, and by some, like maybe just rivals right now, where I'm like, all right, I can kind of deal with it, but I don't like it, and I would not put it at I'll deal with it because that makes it be like, all right, I can keep playing with it. I can deal with this. It's
No, I've seen how you deal with that. So yeah, you're not dealing with nothing.
Like, yeah, so I'm playing it because I'm enjoying the game. There's other things that make it so I'm dealing with this versus I'm dealing with it because I like this or whatever. But I'd
Yeah.
probably put it at terrible decision because, like y'all said, once they make a Smurf account, like it's just
It's a
and then
wrap.
it's becoming a consistent thing where you win one game and then it makes you lose like 4, and then you win one game and then again it makes you lose another 4, and it's like.
It's just ain't nothing
The other
about it,
thing
it's
on
fun.
it is which Rivals hasn't been too awful with this, but Call of Duty was, where either you were absolutely destroying somebody or you were being absolutely destroyed, and there was no in between. And it was like,
you
this
couldn't
just
have you
isn't
can't have
fun.
a decent match.
Yeah. Where Rivals, I
Yeah.
still have a couple good matches where, like, even if I lose, I'm like, all right, you know what, this wasn't too bad. It was a lot of back and forth here. Like, this was cool. Call of Duty, hell no, man. Whew. The only reason I played the last one because it was free with Game Pass.
I tried playing it on Game Pass. I couldn't get the shit to run.
I couldn't either.
Dang.
It would boot up. It would boot up in the load, and then it would just crash. And I was like, "Yeah, I really don't care enough about this."
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
Even now, I can't make a decision between Battlefield and Call of Duty. Even though I really don't want to
Yeah.
get another Call of Duty, but Battlefield 6 was like good for like a match, and after that, I'm like, I really don't want to be here.
Oh boy, I was hoping it was gonna do good.
It will. It already has.
I
like
mean, that might just be because
650,000,
I'm
yeah.
like,
I missed the days
I'm
when they were
I'm
both
old now. My
really
reaction time is not
competitive.
there.
Yeah, but like
Yeah.
when you weren't sure if you should get Call of Duty or Battlefield because they were both really good, and like so I would try and pick up both, and it was like both games were fun. They weren't trying to be each other or be other games. They were genuine in who they were. I liked it then.
Battlefield stayed
But-
pretty much true to themselves the whole entire time they've been a thing. They haven't
Yeah.
really strayed too much.
Yeah,
They tried with 42 when they tried to implement friggin' what was it the hero aspects or whatever instead of getting rid of the class. Oh yeah, that's stupid.
that's where it was like, all right, what are y'all doing? Like, go.
That's the
you're
only
good
time
at
they
what
tried to
you're
destroy.
doing.
They were like,
Yeah.
look, we can be fun too. It's like nobody asked you to be fun. Go back to what you were doing.
No, yeah. Let me blow a building completely
And now
down.
Call of Duty's trying to be Fortnite and just I
Yeah,
don't know.
They just have one of their guys looking at Fortnite the whole time, like, write that down. write that down. Do it.
Another thing I would have added to this list now that we're talking about it, meta weapons.
Oh.
That's gonna happen no matter
Well,
what.
meta weapons isn't
the-
that's not a developer problem. That's a people problem.
No, I'm talking like you can't beat a certain part of a game or go a certain distance. You can't play the game you want without doing the meta. Diablo did that to me and I haven't touched it since.
Diablo
And it
4?
was yeah. So I had
Oh, I never really had much
the
finisher on that.
I forget. I had some build and I was I can't remember what it's called now. I think it was a druid and I was doing a storm druid build type of thing. And I got to a point where I just could not win no matter what I was doing. And I'm like, this is dumb.
So you have to
And
switch your entire
I had
class
to-
or like
yes. So you have to switch the class, you have to build it this way. And as soon as I did that, cleared it on the first run. And it was like, because however you wanted to build your character, the game wouldn't register it that way. So you have to do it the way they want you to do it, or you just weren't doing enough damage and whatever. And I was like, all
That
right.
still falls on the developers though, because there's always that space, like you know that space between the car seat and your center console where
Yep.
shit's gonna fall just because there's a space there. There's the one side is the fun stuff you want to do, and the other side is the stuff that gives you the highest statistical likelihood that you will succeed in this. And
Yeah.
you're after so like the devs can't accurately balance everything going on in their game most of the time. So you're always going to have something or some structure that does better than others, or some weapon that does better. Call of Duty, the shotguns. Every fucking time we have a Call of Duty game, time to kill with a shotgun is the smallest because you just gotta hit them once.
Yep.
Like that's it. So that's always going to be a thing.
The new one, Stakeout, they said the meta, you take a shotgun, one click, and then instant kill. Especially
Battlefield did that too in the beta.
The Battlefield was bad too, dude. Yeah,
Shotguns were everywhere.
Yep. And I'm like,
follower.
They were like, why would I use the assault rifle I actually like to use and get pasted for 8 matches in a row when I can just use a shotgun and win? And like, that's a fair point.
yep.
Not to mention the fact that the range of that thing was ridiculous.
Shotgun, sniper rifles, what's the difference really?
At this point, yeah, for real.
Yeah.
All right, so I guess we're all good with terrible decision.
Yeah.
The unskippable.
But I mean, also, there's no, but like, just to cap off the meta thing, there's really no way around that.
Yeah.
Unless you make everything do the same damage, in which case, why make different things in the first place?
Yeah.
It doesn't. There's always going to be some things that are better than other things.
I feel like unless you just make like a trash build, and then I feel like you'd know early on, as far as like RPGs and things go. But yeah, with the shotgun thing, you can't really do much on that one, I guess, except for try and make it weaker. But I don't know.
You just gotta make it. You just gotta tweak it a little
There's
bit,
a way.
like spread or distance, maybe like a 0.5 decrease in damage. Something.
Because
But
yeah. But go on.
So the unskippable cutscene, I'll deal with it, but
That really only seems to be a problem in like Japanese games because they're like, look, we took the time to model this shit and do voice acting. You're gonna watch this. Like they will scrap
the biggest offender that comes to this is Kojima games. And the problem with that is like his cutscenes are almost a half a movie.
A movie.
Because what was it? The Metal Gear Solid 4 opening cutscene is like 45 minutes long.
Yeah.
So it's like you said, a lot of the times it really just be the Eastern developers that you can't skip any of the cutscenes at all, which I don't like. I like having the option to skip them, but sometimes I'm like, oh man, I'm not that invested in your game, my guy. I just want to kill stuff.
So, like you just said, you're not that invested. It really depends on who's making the game.
That's also who it is, yeah.
Because with Kojima, I feel like if you don't pay attention in the cutscenes, that's
You will
when
be
you're
lost.
lost.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely
with
lost.
what's going
Yeah.
on. And
But
he
it's
tries
also-
to pack
you
in
should
so
know.
much information.
Yeah, but you can't also like go into a Kojima game and not pay it. Like exactly what he's about.
Yeah.
You have to pay
I
attention.
mean, I don't because I've never played a Kojima game, but
Don't lie to me.
We got to send you some
I
Metal
haven't.
Gear.
Yes, you have.
I thought about playing the new Delta.
You played Death Stranding.
No, I didn't. That was Drake.
You're right. Holy crap! I forgot. You just edited the game. Oh man.
Drake drank the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I was like, all right,
But
man, do
like,
you? And I watched the gameplay. I'm like, what is this game actually? I'm more shocked it got a sequel, honestly.
Yeah.
Because nobody was like genuinely for the game. Everybody's like, there's a lot of fucking walking, isn't there? And that was it. Those are all the reviews I saw. I didn't see one overwhelmingly positive review like this is a masterpiece. This is the greatest thing ever. Nothing. So I was like, there's no way this is gonna get a sequel, and then they did.
I
Here
think
we
it
are.
really depends on how you played the game. Because the way I played it, it was not a walking simulator. It was, I'm going to beat your ass with this case simulator.
Man, lame. That's why my Amazon boxes be so fucked up when I get them.
I was like,
Somebody out
man,
here
I gotta
meleeing
deliver this
zombies.
package? All right, bet. And then, like, if you kill somebody, you take their body to the middle of nowhere and watch it nuke and blow up and cause a huge crater type thing. Like, there's some fun in there. It just depends on how you play it.
Yeah. But yeah, I think the unskippable cutscene, I'll deal with it because, like I said, it also depends on who was making the game.
Yeah.
So,
sometimes
because
cutscenes are nice. They're actually nice to watch. So you watch.
Yeah,
Somebody made an unskippable cutscene, and it was like putting people to sleep. I just can't remember the game anymore. And it was somebody trying to copy Kojima's style, I think. And it was like, nah, this ain't it. And it like watching a video on somebody breaking it down almost put me to sleep. And I was like, nah, I can't do this. Like, I'm not I wish I could remember what the game was, but that was like one of the reasons I skipped it. And it's in the void now. So I'm like, if
don't skip
it's good,
cutscene.
you're all right, but nah, yeah.
Gotcha. So, gotcha mechanics. I mean,
I play a gotcha game every day.
I also play a gotcha game every day.
I know you do. I know you do.
I can still do my best to be objective about this. Now,
is it a terrible decision? Because I don't. Yeah.
Well, actually, no. This is actually good. So, you guys remember the first Descendant, right?
Yeah.
I say remember as if it was like 10 years ago, but it was fucking recent. But I was like, clearly, I mean, I see what they're going for with this game. It's like parts of Destiny, parts of Warframe. They're trying to pull you in with the action and keep you there with trying to grind for all the shit you want. And then they have ways where you can pay to get a better chance at getting the characters you want to get. That's all fine and dandy. But I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing this whole song and dance this time. I'm going to try and beat this game without spending any money on anything that they want me to spend money on to help my character along. And boy, was it a fucking grind and a half. but I got through it after 77 hours. And I was like, all right, that clearly wasn't worth it at all. And I just stopped playing the game. But like, then there's the one I actually do play, which is Zenless Zone Zero from the makers of Genshin Impact. Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, Genshin I played for. Honestly, my PlayStation 5 has just been a Genshin machine since I got it. And then I finally gave that game up like a couple months ago because I started Zenless and I'm like, my wallet can only take so much hurt. So I had to go down the one. But I say with gacha games, you know, just a long-winded way of getting to the point. With gacha games, if you give your players a reasonable method to get through all of your content without having to spend money, then go nuts with the gacha shit. But like, if it's the only way you can get forward is by rolling for new characters or weapons or whatever the fuck you got going on, then that's when it's actually a problem. Delta Force, the game that has been out for a little bit, the shooter. Don't you have to roll for guns in that game?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
There was a mechanic for that. I remember seeing it. I'm like, there's no way I'm doing this. Absolutely not. It's not. I should be able to play this without having to do that.
That's insane. So it's bad, but not that bad.
Yeah,
I would say, yeah, bad, but not that bad.
I'd probably put it at I'll deal with it, and that's only because the majority of them you have to spend money at some point to get ahead, and that's where I would drop it down one. If they, which I mean, that's the whole point of a gacha, right? But the ones that allow, like, if you log in every day, you eventually get free rolls and things like that. Then okay, I can deal with that some. But if there's no way to proceed without spending some money, then I have to drop you down.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Zenless did that where Genshin did not. Zenless gives away free shit all the time, so it's honestly the best one of their games to not spend money in. But I won't know that because I went in and fucking ball it. I went in there, sunglasses on, wallet open. I was like, yo, make it rain.
Man said, make it rain.
I'm going it down.
All right. So the next one is software patent, and by that I mean, in order to play the game, you have to either have a certain piece of software installed or unlocked on your computer or whatever to play it. So, for example, like Battlefield, where you have to have like this BIOS thing, or where you have to, the Battle Eye or whatever. Like, so in order to play the game, you have to have, exactly. So software patent, I don't delete the game.
Yeah,
because if I have to open the game up and I have to download a portal or some kind of like anti-cheat and that
EA games, Bethesda games, Rockstar. That's the reason I put down Delta Force. I saw the Chinese lettering on the launcher. I was like, no, thank you. It just immediately got off that. You're not getting my data that easy.
Well, no, that's because like they were under fire because a lot of the launcher was like snooping through people's files.
Yeah, spyware.
It was spyware in there.
I got that off, I think, immediately.
Yep. Yeah, so I was like, I deleted that game too. I was like, man, There
You know
goes
what really
that.
pissed me off about that though, on like a high level, was when you install it and it doesn't even do its fucking job anyway. So like the
Hey,
fucking
it's in there and
battle
then the shit doesn't
lie
work.
and the cheat shit, and then it doesn't even stop any
Oh
fucking
my
cheaters,
gosh, bro.
and they're still doing the wall hacks and all that. What the fuck did I install this for then? Like what?
You
Like,
install it, so we have a back door to everything on your computer. We're not actually
Yeah.
going to stop you. What are you talking about?
then when you try and remove it, it doesn't remove itself. You actually have to find that shit on your computer, track it down, and manually delete it. Like what the fuck? Like this is
yeah.
man, I have a
Yes.
extreme hate for that shit.
Yeah, no, but when you delete something and it still has like reserve files,
Yeah.
that's where I'm like, yeah,
That's
no, y'all
extremely
really tried to catch me.
predatory.
with it.
Yeah,
It
because
is
why are you
100%.
leaving this behind unless you have some ulterior motive going on?
Yeah.
And they say that they
Yeah.
fix it, but I don't believe that shit, bro.
Hell no, they ain't fixed nothing.
You know what I'm still salty over? Microsoft Edge. Get that shit off my computer.
Bro.
Get that shit off my system, and it will never go away.
Well, you know that's the best browser for installing a new browser.
every year, Microsoft
GX.
is like, this is the year for Edge, and every year they are let down.
Yeah.
Like, one day they might learn. It's not today, but one day.
Hey, Opera GX, baby.
Mm-hmm. I'm using
All
Brave.
right. Oh yeah, Brave is a good one too. But yeah, software patent. Yeah, get that out of here. Now, the unskippable tutorial. Now,
It depends on the game.
this
If
is
it's
like-
a
but
mobile
this is-
game,
Then-
well, I mean, for an
then-
RPG,
and-
it makes sense, and MMOs, it makes sense. But I mean, like the primary, like it's a shooter game that you've played, it's a platformer that you've played, it's a third person that you've played. So, I would say I'll deal with it depending on the game.
I would put it bad, but not that bad.
But not that bad
Because it depends on
Yeah.
the game.
on the game.
yeah.
Because
Also,
sometimes,
depends how bad you want to play that game.
yeah, sometimes I'll forget, and it's like a nice reminder. And other times it's like, all right, whatever. Let me just make sure I'm
Ooh, actually,
getting good at this. But the
here, let me do this.
what
I'm
was
gonna
the
add
game?
some things on here.
Because for mobile games, you know how you'll pick up a mobile game and they'll hardline you into their tutorial, and you can't do
Yeah.
a
Oh, you
single other
can't.
thing
You can't skip
until you finish what
yeah.
they want you to finish. And I'm like,
Yeah,
I really gotta want to play that game to stick with that after that.
yeah.
But for
Especially
like
if it's a long
shooters,
ass tutorial, bro. Oh, dude.
if it's for it all depends. Again, this comes down to the developer. It all depends on how the tutorials are paced.
Yeah.
Because some of them will be like, here, press this to jump, and then you do that 5 times. Here, press this to interact with this fucking thing, and you do that 5 times, and it's just there's no way to like that they've worked it into the gameplay itself like other games do.
I'll say this: the Halo tutorial gets on my last fucking nerves. Every game.
Like,
Look up,
hey, we know Halo's been
look
around for
down,
35 years,
look
but you know.
left, look right. Let's test your shields. Like, just give me a fucking gun.
Or, I mean, the easiest way to remedy this would just be like, hey, do you want to play the tutorial? Yes or fucking no. That's it.
Yep.
That's all you gotta
Yep.
do.
Yep. That'd
much,
be
yeah.
ideal. But that's why I'm like, you just have to deal with that in the beginning. But Fable,
One thing in
I
that
think
same
was Fable
vein,
had a good tutorial. That's where you get the nickname Chicken Kicker or whatever.
that sounds like a racial slur. I'm here for it. But the one thing I do like that some games do, speaking of tutorials, is when they have the because I used to always hate it, but now I see why they do it. When they have the option in the settings to be like, do you want to turn on hints or do you want to keep them off? Because I might go away from a game for some time and come back and I'll be like, what do I actually need to do? And then
Yeah.
I'll just go into the settings, turn on hints again, and then I'll be like, press this for this, press this for that. I'm like, all right, cool, everything. I know it again.
Yeah.
So it has its place, even though some developers kind of fumble the bag with it to a certain degree. So I would say, what were the tiers again?
Bad, but not that bad is the top one. I'll deal with it. Terrible decision, and then delete the game entirely.
I'll deal with it.
Okay.
Because at
I mean,
the end
yeah.
at the end of the day, you need to know how to play a game to have fun in the game.
That's
So you
true.
have to do a tutorial.
Yep.
But as far as how fun that tutorial is or how tedious it is, just comes down to the game, the developer, and all that other stuff. But you still got to learn how to play the game.
Yeah.
That's fair. Loot boxes. It's a terrible decision. It's the
Yes.
reason
Yeah,
why
put that at the
freaking-
bottom.
Oh,
I understand why they do it, but still put it at the bottom.
To delete the game entirely. Yeah.
What's the next one from the bottom?
Terrible decision.
That's it. No, yeah, the next one up is terrible decision.
I'll do terrible decision because there's some games where I like them so much that like a battle pass or like a loot box thing is like not going to turn me away. I'm sad they had to do it, but
yeah.
Do you guys remember a game? I don't remember the studio. Babylon's Fall, I think it was called.
Oh man, yeah.
Where like it was out for like a hot second and then it tanked the next month. Like it was that it was up, down, immediate. But in the beta, they had the framework for the loot boxes and battle pass in that shit. And I was like,
when they are already built,
you guys
when they're
have
built into
confidence
the demo,
to
it's
think
bad.
that like, yeah, you guys have a lot of confidence think this is going to go anywhere, and it did.
No, the worst is like when you play a beta and like the game itself doesn't work, but that storefront is working.
That storefront is pristine.
That's the one that there. I'm like,
or if the game's broken, but the cash shop still works flawlessly, you're like, all right, clearly you guys have, you guys are here for the money and nothing more.
Exactly.
Does anyone still do the microtransaction stuff like that? I wonder.
No, not well. Yeah, the new
boxes?
the Game of Thrones game does.
I was
Really?
just thinking about it.
Too.
I was like, I can tolerate a battle pass where like, all right, I know I'm playing.
Battle pass, at least you know what you're getting.
The battle pass is because it's outlined.
The loot boxes, Destiny
sucks.
I think Destiny had one of the worst where they said you had like a
1.2%
chance of getting something, and I'm like, people were spending like thousands of dollars and never getting a thing.
Destiny's the Eververse engrams, I believe, are purely for cosmetic purposes. You don't need to roll on a single one in your entire time playing the game, which is fine. Buy it if you want to. Don't buy it if you don't want to. Do whatever you want to do. But like the other ones where it's like you got to roll for a better gun or like any of that kind of stuff to actually enjoy the game is just it's not good.
Yeah, Battlefront where you had to roll for characters, they got taken to court for that one.
And then
Battlefront 2
I don't know if that was the reason they did it or if they just were like, fuck it, you guys just have fun, is when they just decided to give everyone everything.
Pretty much, that's how it went, yeah.
Because when they did the deluxe, they were like, all right, fuck it, here, you guys have the keys to the kingdom, enjoy. And then they just peaced out.
Pretty much.
We'll still go back to play it every now and then. It is fun.
So it's still a pretty damn good game now. It's really good now. But so the next one is non-customizable controller buttons. So, which means you can't map any of the controls. It is hard locked on it. It's a terrible decision. It
depends on.
So, I feel like it's bad, not that bad, except for games that the guy programmed the controller like he was stupid. So, like every racing game you play,
jump is triangle. You're like, how?
Like every racing game you play or every shooting game, for the most part, right trigger is how you pull the trigger or how you move the car.
Nope.
Whatever. And
we changed it to R2.
Or if you change it to like square, and it's like, well, normally that's like the brake or something, but why'd you do it that way? And then it doesn't let you change the controls. Then it's like, you know what? I think I'm done with this game.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, it depends.
I would say because I'm not going to learn a whole new controller scheme because then that'll transfer over to the other games that I have, and it's not fun. Especially because I went and tried to play some of the OG like PS2 games, and every game had different sets of controls. There was never one that was the same. Luckily now you can obviously go in and change them, but on the base console, bro, it was like square was sometimes reload, square was sometimes to jump, square was sometimes used to jump and unlock doors. It's like, man, look, what are y'all doing out here?
Controls.
The biggest one that pissed me off was when they made the right bumper or the right camera stick zoom if you had to click it. I hated that. Feature.
I remember that.
I think when controls are mapped, they think about the ones that are like pivotal to gameplay, which ones you're going to need quick access to with like your dominant fingers, and then once those are mapped, they just fucking roll dice on the
dice.
Rest. It's like whatever happens. Like Dying Light, a game where you need to jump a lot because it's mostly parkour. I think jump is like L1 or R1 or some shit. I'm like, whose
Oh
idea
my
was this?
gosh.
Yeah.
Like, who did this?
So yeah. So no button mappings. Yeah, I'm not gonna play your game,
But
dog. I'm sorry.
you might be able to remap the controls. I don't know, but I know in most games when like the controls are jarring for me, and I go to remap them, that's when my hands decide to jive with the weird controls, and they'll be like, "Yeah, this is fun," and then I have to go back to learn how to use the controls the other way.
So it's never just a never new one scenario. But I'm gonna say delete the game entirely. I'm not doing this.
Yeah,
So,
remappable.
especially
controls. If you have a controller support, you need to have remap support. Just
Exactly.
standard.
Yeah.
especially like if it's like a standard game, like if you're a shooter, don't try to hard lock me on some other controls to make it different. I'm not here for that. Keep it the same and let me play the game. Now the next one is over punishing game, like over punishment. Like it's just ridiculously difficult, where to the point where it's like, am I really gonna beat this game at some point?
That just depends on who you are as a person.
I don't think you can
objectively say
it's
yeah or
bad,
no to
but
that.
not that bad.
Yeah.
So it's like
It's like Dark Souls. If you can't
Exactly.
beat Dark Souls, you have to come to terms with the fact it's not your game and just move the fuck on. Like
Yep,
you don't
pretty
have
much.
to throw yourself at the wall until you beat it. You can do other things. There's a lot of
Yeah.
games out there. I'm here to tell you.
no, trust me. Yeah, you have a wide variety of different genres you can play. Like, no one's making you finish the game, and if your friends are making you, will get new friends. So yeah, I don't. But then the opposite when the game is too easy, where it's just like you're like almost to the point of speedrunning the game,
Same thing.
where it's like I'll deal with it.
Nah, I put it at bad, not that bad.
Oh,
Because
same thing.
if it's really that easy, I actually will try and speed run it, and then I'll like time myself and see how fast I can actually beat that game and whatnot. It makes you able to get like creative with it and whatnot, and see it like if you can break the game. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy when I try and do things like that, but I don't know. I like when games are either or when they're a little too easy.
Yeah, you can make. I mean, even the Dark Souls games, you can make easier or harder for yourself depending.
That's also true.
You don't have to be the true Souls player, being the naked fuck with a stick, running around trying to start from nothing. You can start with magic and just fucking erase everything you come across. You don't have to play it the quote unquote right way as the rest of the community would want you to. Just do whatever you want to do.
Mhm.
Pretty much, yeah. All right, now this one, self-insert writers, where you can definitely tell the writers wrote themselves and try to make them the best character in the game.
I think that's
Terrible
more of a
decision.
Japanese thing. Most of the
It's
time.
a terrible decision.
It's
I hate.
happening
I
here
hate.
too.
I can't think of
it's
any American games that have done that.
Dragon Age.
I knew you were gonna say that.
Dude,
I've never played Dragon Age. Oh wait, no, Dragon. Yeah, wait, how?
the new one.
You
Oh
talking
yeah,
about the
well,
Veilguard.
I didn't. Yeah, Veilguard I didn't play, so I can't comment on that.
Because Veilguard has one. A lot of games nowadays have it where the writers it's like you can see it and you're like, oh yeah, okay, you're supposed to be this character and you're the best one in the game and everyone loves to just absolutely butt bounce
I'm
for
the
you. I get
best
it.
of the best.
I'm the best. It's a honestly, I'll delete the game entirely because that's what I did it every time. I hate that shit because it's so like you can tell every time where it's like it just kills the entire game because not only does it take away from your character, where it's like sometimes characters outshine the main character, it happens, but when it's so blatant and such a terribly written character, it just kills the entire game. Now mechanically, okay, actually, you know what? Mechanically, it's not a bad thing. It doesn't do anything, but it's still a terrible decision.
I would say when it's done bad, it's really, really bad. But when they do it in the right way, it's really good. So, Detroit
What's the right
Become
way?
Human. A lot of you've played that before, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I play that.
A lot of
I
them
have.
actually literally put themselves in the game. Like it's all mocap and everything. And Clancy Brown, I brought him up before. I think
Krabs.
he killed it. in
Mr.
that game.
Krabs, yes sir.
Like
Well, that's not
the
a
way he
self-insert
starts
though.
out, the way he started out, like hating the robots, and like how it's the way he acts. It's hard to explain without like just
That's
pull
not
up
a
a video.
self-insert. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, they changed his character up because of Clancy. I forget. I wish I could remember the interview, but basically they wanted him kind of like no nonsense cop, and to play it one way, but he kind of changed it up so that he was more human, so to speak. And I think he did a good job with that. The what's his name from Final Fantasy? I want to say 16. Was his Bart? I think his name Bart something. I think said he put himself into that game and kind of changed up the character a lot. And I'm like, dude, this is one of my favorite Final Fantasies now. And then you're talking about how
he was fucking lit.
yeah, he made him a little bit more human instead of like wooden or just like one note type of thing. So like those were like good, but then yeah, with Dragon Age you couldn't do like full on be a dick. Mass Effect 1 through 3, you have like so much freedom to act how you want to act, do what you want to do. You play Andromeda or you play any of the new BioWares, and it's like you're so limited. You can't really.
Yeah, Andromeda was my first Mass Effect, and even I was like, I don't
That's
think I can really stretch out. I liked the game. I liked the game. Don't get me wrong, but it was just like I didn't really feel like I had
control
like,
really.
Like like a character development type. Like you couldn't lean one way or the other. It was just all your choices still pretty much lead you down the same path.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, no, I'll put it in terrible decision. I think. Pay to win. Delete the game entirely. I'm not there for it.
Yep.
Because there's nothing about that that's even remotely justifiable. So that was easy. Now the vertical progression, I explained it earlier where it's like everything just is either an up or a down. So you never really get to just get better stuff. It's always something is a negative something previously.
So you're saying it's like there are things that are like whenever it's like clear what is better and what is not, there's no like middle ground or like
no. Exactly.
+2 in strength, -2 in defense.
I feel like
then
those both have their place depending on the game. Like if you're doing like a roguelike, you want things that are 100% better than what you had because it's part of the game. But if you're doing like Borderlands and like you have a gun that's got like a high fire rate and low damage, and you find one that's higher damage and lower fire rate, you know, it also depends how you want to play. You might like the lower fire rate. It might be better for you. Who knows?
I'll deal with it.
Yeah, it's not too.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing about it. Now the next one, no controller support.
Depends on the game.
Depends on the game. It's a terrible decision, though. I'll definitely put it in
no controller support.
Yeah, it's a terrible decision to not have that. Because it also depends. Because I know you play a lot with controller.
Yeah, I'd love playing with a controller for my own.
It's a terrible decision if it's not included.
I mean, it's nice to have the option because sometimes I want to sit back and chill, and that's when I do controller. But if I need to lock the fuck in, like if I'm doing a Destiny raid or something, I need my keyboard and mouse. There's no controller happening here. So yeah, definitely the freedom to switch back and forth is always welcome. I'm never going to say no to that.
I think terrible decision's the right thing because there have been times where I chose not to play a game because I didn't feel like sitting upright at a keyboard and with mouse.
Yeah.
And being able with a controller, you can just sit back and play however you want to play. So yeah,
exactly.
Terrible decisions, right?
All right, now I was able to put this in invisible walls.
I'm not going to delete a game over it, but it's still fucking absurd that we're still doing this in 2025 or 2024 or whatever you want to call it.
The invisible, so we're putting in terrible decisions.
Also, invisible walls / you're walking down a path. There's a twig, and they're like, you got to find another way around. It's like clearly I can walk over this. Like, why are you doing this to me?
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. So ridiculously.
That's just lazy game design.
So I can't have to surf every day.
Yeah, there's.
I
feel like they can do something else for invisible walls at this point, but in some circumstances, I don't know what you would put, how you would do it, because it's kind of a barrier to keep you on track. So I don't know.
GTA figured it out. Just make it an island.
Yeah.
So
it's just your playable areas. There's just nothing out there.
There's just nothing there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shoot, and then like Skyrim or any other Bethesda games where it just tells you can't go past this spot, you can't do it. So it's just kind of like, oh, okay, whatever. Kind of sucks.
But I don't like
Or they
when,
just put a natural barrier in there where they put like the high level shit out there where you want to go, and then you get stomped, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna go that way.
Yeah.
Like it's very effective.
Or something insta kills you.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, it's a terrible decision for Invisible Walls. I think.
Just give it like, because Helldivers could have easily did that,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
but instead they're just like, hey, we're gonna fucking nuke you if you don't get back in the zone. Like, all right, fair, it's very fair. And you get right back
It's
in.
like, get back in the zone, soldier. You are now a traitor, and they just try to blow you up. Yeah. Now this one I was able to sneak in too. It's pop-up tutorials in the middle of the game, even though you've been doing those mechanics throughout the entire game. Like
I've actually been playing through Doom the last week or so, because I
Yeah.
never played 2016 or Eternal or any of them, so I've been working my way through those. The pop-ups they hit you with for like, they'll hit you with a pop-up for like your first exposure to a mechanic, and then after that, I think if you still have hints enabled, it'll pop up on the left as like a little highlight, and they'll be like, hey, don't forget, if you need health, do this. If you need armor, do this. And you need both health and armor to fucking make it through the game. So I don't necessarily mind too much, but like when Drake and I were playing through the Suicide Squad game.
Oh Lord.
It seemed like for the first 5 hours, every 5 minutes there'd be a new mechanic that would have a mandatory 3 or 5 seconds on the screen, and you had to hold a button to get rid of it, which would be in the middle of the action. So you're trying to enjoy the game, and it's like, hey, here's the thing you don't give a shit about right now. And Drake is like, this is sending me up the wall. And I'm like, yeah, honestly, I'm on your side right now.
That's what I'm talking about, where it's like you have to hold down the button to skip a mechanic that you've been doing the entire game. Like, for
and
example,
it's not even anything particularly helpful.
No,
it'll be like,
it's
here's an
nothing-
enemy. You gotta kill them. I'm like, oh, fucking thanks. That's not what I've already been doing.
Like one of the biggest ones that it always comes up, where it's like, if there's a slide mechanic, it's like, remember, if you want to slide, hold down B. It's like, I know, I've been sliding for the past hour and a half. I know how to play this game right now. Or it's like, if whenever you run out of ammo, just don't forget to press square. It's like, dude, it's like stuff like that where you have
remember, switching to your pistol is faster than reloading.
Switching to that's a classic. Like that stuff, it's somewhere in between these, because it's like to the point of where you literally have to constantly remind me of the most basic control. It's like, oh, remember, if you want to sprint, press L3. It's like, I know this. I know how this works.
I'd say put it
in terrible decisions.
Yeah, because there's just better ways to go about it.
Yeah. Huh. Well, I mean, I'm pretty happy with this come up.
Yeah.
This is a pretty good tier list. All right. Well, that concludes the episode. It's definitely been one of the shorter ones, even though there was a lot going on. But you can still talk about it pretty quick.
Yeah.
So.
Especially a bit more going on next week. There are bad decisions being made at a breakneck pace nowadays. So trust me, you guys will have something.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't short on content, that's for sure.
Not at all. So do you stream or anything like that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I tried at one point. Streaming is just one of those things where if you're not ready to put in like 10 hours a day on it, you're not really going to see any returns. And I'm not. The second you turn what I like to do in my free time into a fucking job, I'm like, it's not it. I say that, but then I'll still spend hours on end video editing. I do like reviews and breakdowns and playthroughs on a YouTube channel, so it's lighter in the demand department, but definitely still just as time consuming.
Okay. Sounds good. Let's see. Yeah, that'd probably wrap up the episode then. Any shout outs or anything that you want to put out there for the people to know?
So as I was saying, I do run a gaming channel on YouTube called GameSide. That's youtube.com/c/GameSide4, because that's the cleanest URL they can give you. when you've been working for them for 5 years, but and like I said, we do I do reviews, I do game playthroughs, I do just anything I can think of to do when I have the time to do it, because it's just me. And I mean, Drake will get on there every now and then. I think the last thing we did together was Modern Warfare 2, I believe, the survival missions. So those were definitely some hilarious hilarious comps, definitely worth watching. And if you want to see me scream my head off, we did a Backrooms game, which was also very, very awful. But
well, I mean, now with Battlefield 6 dropping, you might get some more freaking content.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason to what kind of videos we put up. We just put them up, and if people want to see them, they want to see them. Mostly it's just for us to laugh at later on down the line when we want to watch it again. But everyone's welcome to get in on it.
Sweet.
I think the last review I did was for Claire Obscure's Expedition 33. Fantastic game.
That's a really good game.
Yep. Oh yeah, very, very good, very good.
Easily 10 out of 10 best turn-based game I've ever played, and that's including Persona. Like, easily.
I can see that. I was having fun with it. It reminded me of Legend of Dragoon. It was giving me those vibes from back in the day, and I just got to finish it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely worth finishing. The soundtrack, the gameplay mechanics, nothing we mentioned in the tier list, they are offenders of. So it's
that's also
the best you can get.
Sweet. All right, everybody. Thank y'all for tuning in. That will do it for episode 8. Y'all all have a good night.
Bye. You too. Peace.
Oh, man.
All right.
Cool.
Good stuff, y'all.
Yep.
Life's a game with no reset or pause.
That one was a little short, so we're hosting. I know we usually be in there for like almost 3 hours.
That's all good.
But yeah, no, we literally might have to like up it till almost weekly because there's just too much that goes on. Right, because I feel like we'd be missing some stuff, and if we did talk about it, it would just be way too long.
Breaking the mold, mental strength in the veins, hearts brave and gold. But mash the fears, let the courage appear. Level up from the tears, turn the struggle to cheers. Loading screens of doubt, but the mission is clear. We're the players of life, every move sincere. Soulful beats and the truth we unfold. Conversations deep, breaking chains of old. Mental health's the quest, it's the treasure we hold. Grit and love combined, we're the broken and bold. The broken and the bold. We rise from the cold, chasing dreams untold. Yeah, the story unfolds through the pixels and pain. We're breaking the mold, mental strength in the veins. Hearts brave and gold. Joystick in the dark, but we're finding the light. Every dialogue sparks, we're igniting the fight. Game over, nah, it's the start of the climb. Through the struggles and strife, we redefine the grind.
Hey, appreciate it, man. Mr. Payne and Sarah, hope you had a good stream. Oh, fuck. Don't you take that.
All right, there we go.